All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. I want to give a big congratulations to a major milestone which was just achieved. Altcoin Daily has just hit over 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's over 900,000 Bitcoin investors. That's over 900,000 crypto enthusiasts that are here to learn on a road to 1 million. Give yourself a congratulations. Let us know how long you've been with the channel. Because in today's video, I want to share with you the latest news regarding Bitcoin, regarding altcoins, as well as a leaked Uniswap video that crypto holders can't believe is happening. Like always, check the timestamps down below in the video description, and let's start with our most breaking crypto news of the day. PayPal's crypto super app set to roll out soon. Dan Schulman, PayPal CEO, said the project was already code complete and planned to be fully ramped up in the United States in the next several months. So sometime in 2021, this is happening, and we know this because all was revealed during PayPal's Q2 2021 investor update call today. So for the hundreds of millions of daily active users on PayPal, what will this new super app entail? The super app wallet will feature high-yield savings, early access to direct deposit funds, messaging capabilities, additional crypto capabilities, and more. Schulman said each wallet would be unique, driven by advanced AI and machine learning capabilities. Interesting. This should tell us that crypto adoption isn't lessening. Crypto adoption is growing, and PayPal sees the demand in it. PayPal reported it had more than 400 million active user accounts as of June 30th, with over $311 billion in total payment volume for the second quarter of 2021. Venmo, the PayPal-owned payments firm which launched crypto trading in April, had roughly $58 billion in total payment volume for the second quarter, with over 76 million active accounts. Of course, not all of that is crypto, but PayPal is diving deeper into crypto functionality for their platform. In a direct quote from the CEO, "We're one of the few payment companies to allow consumers to use cryptocurrency as a funding source. We're also seeing strong adoption and trading of crypto on Venmo." Okay, interesting. Give me your thoughts down below, but within these next multiple months, expect the PayPal crypto super app to be rolled out to the US and then eventually global. I'll keep you updated. Next up, a very interesting Bitcoin chart from on-chain analyst Willy Woo. This is a heat map of total coins absorbed by shrimps stacking their sats each day. No sign of a bear market in sight. So shrimps are hodlers with less than 1 BTC across all their addresses. And shrimps generally control the middle to late stages of a bull market. And if we look at the heat map of shrimps accumulating, we can see, little spurts and spats of people becoming shrimps on the network, getting their first BTC. We see one big blip as of recently, new users onboarding onto the network. And while this cycle has had one big green dot heat bullet point thus far, if we compare that to the run-up of 2017, the shrimp activity was much more prominent, much more of a blow-off top at the end. And we have just not seen that yet. And because we never saw that blow off top, a little indication that this bull market is not over. One metric out of many, again, don't go all in because of this one metric, but something to consider. First piece of altcoin news, Binance's CZ is looking for his replacement as the exchange gets the regulatory house in order. "We're looking for somebody with a strong regulatory background to step in and be CEO," says CZ at a recent press conference. Interesting. Now, when is this expected to happen? Well, Zhao said there was no timeline for his succession and that he would not be stepping down right away. So they're just sort of floating this out there. And either way, CZ can still be involved whether or not he is CEO or not. "I will always contribute to Binance and the BNB ecosystem. I don't have to be CEO to do that," he said. So how this affects you as just a crypto holder is CZ is probably doing this because he is facing or starting to see regulatory pressure globally. He'll deny it, of course. Zhao made a point of clarifying that he would be honored to run Binance as a regulated financial institution, and that his move, when it comes, would be when a better leader emerges rather than some reaction to the ongoing regulatory clampdown. And he goes on to say that as part of the exchange's plan to address the current regulatory scrutiny, Zhao said Binance is pivoting from a tech startup to a financial institution, which will be involving opening headquarters and creating a structure regulators can easily recognize. So they're going to start opening headquarters, and in a direct quote, "We have a structure that's relatively hard to understand for regulators. For example, simple things like we don't have a headquarters. So we are now looking to establish multiple headquarters in regional headquarters in different parts of the world. We don't have specific locations for all of them yet." So who knows how real this is? I doubt CZ would ever actually open a main national headquarters for Binance, because that would be a direct point of failure if governments or if regulators ever wanted to contact him. I don't know that he would do that to himself, but that's what he says. So we will see. I will keep you updated. And I do want to go over this leaked Uniswap video. Like I said, check the timestamps. But first, very interesting piece of news for XRP. XRP hits a 5-week high after launching their liquidity service in Japan. So here are the details. The token's price got a boost after Ripple announced the launch of RippleNet's first live on-demand liquidity ODL service implementation in Japan. Interesting. So some entities in Japan are now using and a part of RippleNet. What is RippleNet? RippleNet is a global network of financial institutions working on making cross-border payments cheaper and faster. With on-demand liquidity, specifically ODL, a service that uses XRP to source liquidity during transactions, RippleNet customers can use XRP to bridge various currencies in a matter of seconds so that payments are sent and received in local currency on either side of a transaction. So if you hold XRP, you like this. You like hearing this. And to launch ODL in Japan, Ripple teamed up with SBI Remit, the country's largest money transfer provider and a subsidiary of Ripple's shareholder SBI Holdings. The project targets remittance payments from Japan to the Philippines. And that is who will presumably be using this. By launching ODL in Japan, Ripple addresses the high demand for cheap remittance services for the growing Filipino population, the third largest in the country. Okay, so a little bit of adoption for XRP. Give me your thoughts, but let's keep moving. Next up, a very quick piece of news involving the Bank of America. Bank of America, FTX, and Coinbase Ventures joined a $300 million investment into Paxos. And obviously, Bank of America's involvement is the big story here. Paxos, a New York-based blockchain company, announced on Thursday that 4 high-profile investors have joined its recent $300 million Series D funding round. The most notable of these is the Bank of America. The second biggest bank in the US is not a major player in the blockchain space, but signaled its growing interest in the technology when it tried out Paxos' rail to clear some stock trades in May. So they tested it out in May, and now they've invested into it in July. And as a reminder, Paxos does currently provide crypto services to PayPal, and says it plans to do the same for 3 to 5 other firms of the same scale. So a lot of institutions use Paxos. As for Paxos itself, the company is not as buzzy as many others in the crypto industry, since it is not consumer-facing. It focuses primarily on back-end infrastructure. Paxos CEO Charles C. has frequently said he wants to use blockchain to remake the financial plumbing of Wall Street, a process he says will reduce delays and free up capital. And Paxos plans to be that back-end infrastructure for the new Wall Street, and apparently the Bank of America is now invested. And next up, the major story which many crypto holders simply can't believe. According to a leaked video, Uniswap is in talks with PayPal and in talks with Robinhood for potential integration. And since this was uncovered, Uniswap has had this scrubbed from YouTube, so you can no longer find it. Of course, since you subscribe to Altcoin Daily, we found it. We'll look at this link in a second. But this is video footage that shows the growth leader at Uniswap hinting at possible deals with major trading and payment platforms such as PayPal, E-Trade, and Robinhood. Here is that video. I will actually link it down below. I will link it so you guys can check out for yourself. It's 20 minutes long, and there is really no sound bites that I can pull for you, but we do have some direct quotes from Ashley Schapp, Uniswap's growth leader, who attended the ETHCC conference in Paris last week. The YouTube deleted video shows the world's largest decentralized exchange might be thinking of some big partnerships. Here are some direct quotes. Keeping relevant to their users, I believe she's talking about the PayPals, the Robinhoods. Keeping relevant to their users is a huge reason why all these giants are beginning to seriously consider something like Uniswap. We're trying to put Uniswap and the rest of DeFi right here in those applications that users are already using so that we can bring the dream of open 100% uptime liquidity to the whole world. So her own words are that PayPal and Robinhood and E-Trade are seriously considering something like Uniswap. And since then, Hayden Adams, founder of Uniswap, was quick to address media reports about the leaked video, and he tried to deny it. He said 3 main points. Number 1, we talked to a lot of finance and tech companies. Many companies interested in understanding DeFi reach out to us. That's number 1. Number 2, we are not partnered with companies mentioned in the ETHCC talk. And number 3, the video was deleted at our request because we thought it could be interpreted to suggest that we have relationships that we don't. Interesting. I'm going to link that video down below in the video description. Again, it has been scrubbed from YouTube, but Altcoin Daily has it. We found it. We're bringing it to you. And in my opinion, it's one thing to just deny or reword what you said at a conference, but the fact that you had it taken down and you don't want anybody to see this video, a little fishy to me. Something's happening behind the scenes, and I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I will. And that is the video. My name's Austin. Like always, see you tomorrow.